My audio was off. Sorry about that, guys. As you can see, I'm still having my coffee. But Bitcoin going parabolic, breaking through 82 this morning, 83, and now it's over 84. And on some exchanges, it's over 80. Well, it's at 85. So pretty incredible stuff. Price discovery is happening here for Bitcoin. So, of course, we're going to talk about what Bitcoin's going to do next, what it's going to happen with altcoins, where we're at in the cycle, and some other news around MicroStrategy and what's happening in the general market, guys. Exciting times. Peter Schuler says, first time I've seen you do a live, do they suppress your channel? Peter, I haven't been doing too many lives, so I recently started doing them because, it's a lot to cover with the bull market and the price action. So thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Demo says, Gary needs to go down, the most hated man in crypto. Well, he's done. And I think because the Democrats are not in control, there's no chance of Gary getting a job at the Treasury or whatever it may be. He's done. Now, if Democrats get back in office in another 4 or 8 years, could he be back in some way or fashion or the other? Possibly, but he has such a tarnished reputation now. Him and Elizabeth Warren made the big mistake of trying to attack a neutral technology, and they cost the Democrats a lot of losses, not just for the general election or the presidential election, but for Congress as well. It's a red sweep. I mean, this is facts. It's not feelings, just saying as it is, right? Guys, on your way in, please hit that thumbs up button, hit the 5-star rating, hit the heart button, wherever you're watching or listening to the stream. We're streaming everywhere. We're on Twitter, we're X, we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, we're on Twitch, we're on Kick, we're on YouTube, of course, Instagram, everywhere, guys, getting the news about the crypto bull market out there to everybody. Things are starting to heat up. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Hit the subscribe button on your way in, please. We're gonna give some more time for folks to come on in, and then we'll start talking about the market. But as you can see, Bitcoin going nuts right now. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate those words. Christina says, when are altcoins going to pump? We're going to talk about it. There's a bit of Bitcoin has to steal the show a bit. If you guys understand Bitcoin dominance and the run up, and then you're going to start to see more the liquidity start to flow to the altcoins. Now, there's already altcoins seeing liquidity. They're seeing pumps, but I'm talking about the bulk of the liquidity. Peter, I'm bullish on SWI. I hold some. I bought some at like $1.60. So my portfolio is up. Well, I should say my SWI holdings are up. My portfolio is up in general overall. So things are looking very good. Guys, please, on your way in, please hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the heart button wherever you're watching and listening. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, Uphold, BitGo, VeChain, Gemini. Links will all be in the description. Check them out, guys. It's a great way to support the podcast. Gas fee says, look at the 24-hour tether volume. It was 40 billion in mid-September. Now it's going to 210 billion. Yeah, I mean, I've been sharing this with you guys in the newsletter and on the podcast. I highlight whale alerts and what they track with regards to the Tether USDT minting. Now, it's not just Tether, it is also USDC, which is issued by Circle. So we saw, guys, over the past week and a half, over 3 billion in USDT was minted. Here today, over 50 million minted at Circle's treasury, or the USD treasury. So you have to pay attention to all these different factors in the markets. We don't want to use our feelings and our emotions and our gut. What is the data telling us, guys? And that's what I try to share with you all to help us all become more educated investors. But look at this, just on November 9th, 2 days ago, 1 billion in USDT was minted. Where do you think that liquidity is going, right? It is going to go into the crypto market, into Bitcoin and altcoins. So here on the 8th, there was another billion minted. So if you're not on, or if you don't follow whale alerts, I can't talk. I highly recommend that you follow and you can pay attention to some of the data coming through. Look on the 6th, 2 billion in USDT minted. So that's 4 billion just in a matter of days, right? That's a lot of liquidity coming into the crypto market. All right, guys, let's talk about Bitcoin. Look at this beautiful, beautiful chart here. Look at these green candles. Bitcoin blasted through 82K this morning, then 83. Now it's over 84,000. It continues to move up higher, and it looks like it's going to touch 85. We're not far away. And guys, we are so close to 100K. We are just literally just over $15,000 away from 100K. So it's around the corner. However, nothing goes up in a straight line. So anticipate Bitcoin may, it doesn't have to, but it may, based on past performance and how we've seen markets move, pull back. It's going to retest some of these support levels, right? And chop and then build support levels and then move up. This is what we've seen historically. So don't be surprised by that. Be mentally prepared for that. I'm sharing that because the markets can play with your emotions. I know time to time, the volatility gets so strong, it can shake you out if you don't understand the data and you don't have experience. And this is what happens to a lot of new investors. Now, a key metric you want to look at is the RSI. Notice the RSI here is entering the overbought zone. Now, it can stay up here in the overbought zone for a good amount of time. It did that earlier this year, back in March, when Bitcoin hit 73K, and then we saw what happened after that. A pullback and consolidation for 6 months, which was so painful. But patience, your patience will be rewarded, right? So Bitcoin's entering that overbought zone again. Once again, doesn't mean it's going to collapse immediately. It can stay here for a good amount of time. We've seen that with different assets, but that's a danger zone. Essentially, you have to anticipate there's going to be some sort of pullback. So don't be surprised if it's not later this week or next week, Bitcoin starts to pull back a bit, retest those support levels, 79, 80K, whatever it is, chop, build support levels, then keep moving. Or Bitcoin surprises all of us and this week goes to 100K. These are possible scenarios. We're talking probabilities here. The point is, have your respective cash out plan. Know what price points you're taking profits at, because if you don't, you'll get caught flat-footed. The market will, pump without and move past you, and you'll be paying attention to other things and not the market, and you miss your opportunity. And of course, you can set limit orders on exchanges. So sell at this price and put stop losses and so forth. But guys, we are obviously in a bull market. The bulls are in control, and we are starting to see Bitcoin move. And if we look out on the macro, I should say we're starting to see Bitcoin go parabolic, not move. It's been moving, but it's going parabolic is the word I want to highlight there. So if you zoom out on the chart, right, you look at it on the log scale, you look at the previous bull market cycles, you can see where we're at. Same thing playing out again. So important to look at the charts, so important to understand the fundamentals and the technicals here. So if Bitcoin is to repeat what is done in the past, the 16.18 is going to take us to about $105 or so $1,000. If it goes to the 3.618, that puts us near 200 or over 200,000, but there's no guarantee it gets there. Remember, these are probabilities. Markets don't have to do what you want it to do. The asset doesn't have to do what you want it to do. This is why you diversify. This is why you pay attention to the macro, the technicals, and much more. So we are on track to set, obviously, continue to break new all-time highs. And I'm going to start taking profits on Bitcoin at around 100,000. I'm not cashing out all. I'm laddering out the same way I laddered in, the same way I was buying Bitcoin at $16,000, $17,000 at the end of 2022 when there was blood on the streets. I'm going to start to ladder out, guys, and take profits. And obviously, I hold altcoins as well. And we're starting to see that the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin and ETH, is on the rise. So liquidity is entering into the market. Altcoins are starting to see some moves here. I'm sure many of you have been looking at coin market cap, right? And let me refresh a bit here. Ethereum is on the move as well, near 3,300, up over 36% over the past 7 days. Solana, we know, has been a leader. A lot of liquidity has been entering Solana in this bull market at $220, up 37% over the past 7 days. BNB, I don't hold any BNB, but it's been performing well. It is up about 15% over the past 7 days. Dogecoin, my goodness, guys, look at this. It's up over 105% over the past 7 days, approaching 32 cents. So if you're holding Dogecoin, congratulations. I have a little bit, but it's for fun. I don't have a bag, so I'm not making any significant money off of this, in full transparency with you guys. Now, XRP at the number 8 spot, close. Well, it's at 59 cents, up just over 15% over the past 7 days. Now, not all of these altcoins are going to run at the same time. Some are going to be laggards. So this is where you have to be patient. And this is why I've been saying for years and years and years, be diversified. Cardano right now looks like 60 cents, but CoinMarketCap is kind of busted here. It's not showing the zero, but it's been ripping. It is up over 84% over the past 7 days. Shiba Inu looks like memecoins. Shiba is following Doge a bit here, up over 65% over the past 7 days. Tron, surprisingly, here is in the top 15 at 16. Toncoin, Avalanche. I do have AVAX in my portfolio. I know many of you have been asking about SWI. I bought a bunch of SWI at about $1.60, so my holdings are up right now. It is up over 72% over the past 7 days. Chainlink, I'm very bullish on this project. It's $14.50, up near 41% over the past 7 days. So as you guys can see, I'm diversified. I have Bitcoin, so I'm getting my Bitcoin gains, and I have different altcoins. I don't put all my eggs in one basket because you just don't know what may happen, what may move, and what may not move. And these are investment principles that apply outside of crypto. So this is why financial education is so important, and you have to invest using data and the trends, the metrics, and much more, and not conspiracy theories and fairy tales and all that nonsense. That's for kids. So we have to be smart and invest accordingly, guys. So really great to see the market moving like this. Now, where are we in the cycle? Are we near the top? No, we're not. And one could, look, there's always the bear case. I never take the bear case off the table. But how I look at it is, what has the higher probability of playing out, the bull or the bear case? Right now, the bull scenario has the highest probability of playing out based on the technicals, the charts, historical patterns, and the macro. So Rect Capital has been sharing this beautiful chart for a very long time. And I want to highlight where we're at. So you can see here, we're in the early phase of the parabolic phase, if you want to call it that. So you can see Bitcoin is now breaking into that parabolic phase, and it's done this before. So Rect Capital says Bitcoin has bottomed 547 days prior to the 2016 halving, but topped in its bull market 518 days after the 2016 halving. And he says Bitcoin bottomed 517 days prior to the 2020 halving, but topped in its bull market 549 days after the 2020 halving. He says here Bitcoin bottomed 517 days before the 2024 halving, but may very well top its bull market approximately 549 days after the 2024 halving. That's October 2025. So is that guaranteed that this bull market will go all the way to October 2025? Of course not, right? It's not guaranteed. So this is where, regardless of the timeline, if it moves faster and this thing wraps up by Q1 of 2025, you are taking profits off the table. You're not saying, I know it's definitely going to go to October 2025, so I'm going to wait. No. Know what price points you're taking profits at, start laddering out, and have that plan, right? Because we just don't know. And no one has a crystal ball, but we can at least use the data and to inform us of where we potentially may be at and where we're going. So he says here, history suggests two takeaways. One, the halving acts like a mirror. Bitcoin bear market bottoms occur a similar amount of days prior to the halving compared to the amount of days it takes for Bitcoin to form bull market tops after the halving. Number two, the best of the Bitcoin bull market is yet to come. I am in agreement with that, based not on just what he's saying, but my own analysis and based on what's happening with global liquidity, rate cuts, and all these different things. So very bullish times are ahead, guys. And it's really exciting to see this market rip. He also highlighted here that the bull market process is only about a 47.8%. Obviously, we got a whole 50% more to go to hit that top, right? Now, I don't only use this type of charts to get an idea. I look at other metrics like the Bitcoin Pi Cycle Top Indicator, which shows we are nowhere near that cross, which has triggered the top. And that is the cross of the 100 or it's the 111-day moving average over the 350-day moving average. So this is another metric I'm paying attention to. I'm also looking at what whales are doing. So whales with 10 Bitcoin or more in a wallet, that is spiking, so they're buying. And Bitcoin supply and exchanges continues to decline, which means that whales are not moving their coins back on the exchanges to sell. And let me see if I can show you guys what happened. Let's see here. I'm trying to zoom out for this past year to show you what happened earlier this year. Notice back in, let's see, May, is it? The data is off here. I need to refresh. But the point is, once I start to see this number move back up with whales adding Bitcoin to the exchanges, that's where I want to start looking at exiting the market as well, because they're looking to exit the market. So very good sign that the supply continues to drop. That means that this thing is nowhere close to ending. So very, very bullish signs here. Guys, on your way in, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the heart button, hit the like button wherever you're watching and listening. And please check out our sponsors, Uphold, BitGo, VeChain, Gemini. Links will be in the description. Also, be sure to sign up for my free email newsletter and grab a copy of my book if you are able to. That will really help me out and support me. Thank you so much. So once again, with the background of the bull market or the parabolic phase is just getting started, it's going to take some time for some of these altcoins to move, guys. And I can pull up specific altcoin charts and show you what's happening. So let's look at Solana. I put Solana. Let's look at Solana here. You can see Solana has already broken that, well, I shouldn't say broken. It is close to breaking its old all-time high, not far away. This is what you want to see for the majority of altcoins. Now, will all altcoins break their old all-time high? No, there's no guarantee of that. So this is why we have to be diversified and we have to watch the market closely, right? Where am I taking profits? How close are we to the top based on different metrics that I was just sharing with you guys? But Solana's been really a leader in this, for the altcoins in this bull market, guys. A lot of liquidity. And I was saying it for a long time, over the past year or so, that I see a lot of VC liquidity coming into Solana. In full disclosure, I started taking or buying some at about 20 bucks and then into 30 and so forth. So I'm up, right? I bought the blood on the streets when people were fearful, when a lot of people weren't here. That's how you invest. Go listen to Warren Buffett and so forth. You buy when people are fearful. You don't follow the herd. You have to be a contrarian to the herd, a Jim Cramer and so forth. So Solana, a leader, that's the model or the chart set up here for Solana is what we pretty much want to see for the majority of our altcoin holdings, right? Let's look at the Ethereum. It has started breaking out. That's a very good sign for the entire altcoin market. And you can see here, it is it's not, well, it is kind of far away from its old all-time high of near 5,000. I personally think that ETH could touch 10K. Whether it goes beyond 10K is a big question. I don't know, but it's reasonable because the 2.618 is not an unreasonable fib milestone or target. But look, it could just top out here around 8K. just beyond the 1.618. This is where, once again, no guarantees, no certainties, and we have to pay attention to the charts. We have to pay attention to the timeline. But in the previous bull market, it did go to the 3.618, and that was obviously very bullish, right? So ETH has some work to do here, but a very good sign. It's breaking out. This is what you want to see, folks. All right, let's talk about Dogecoin here. Once again, I don't hold any Dogecoin, but I'm happy to see it moving and people are making money. If you're making money, I'm happy for you. But look at that. Dogecoin hasn't touched its old all-time high yet of about 48 cents. But boy, is it on track to do that. It is ripping. So if you bought the dip for Dogecoin and you held and you were patient, right, and you didn't get shook out by headlines or market volatility, you're up significantly. And once again, I don't hold any Dogecoin, and I keep saying that because it's not possible to hold every coin. It's not possible to have all the winners. There are coins that are going to do well, and some that are not, and you want to have as many winners as possible, right? All right, let's look at XRP here. I know a lot of people want to know what the hell's up with XRP, right? So XRP got some work to do, guys. It's got some work to do. It is seeing a little bit of upside, but we need it to break out, man. It's got to break out and like smash through, I think, $1. It has to do that to give us that bull market vibe. Right now, it's like, it's a laggard. It's not doing anything. That doesn't mean it's dead. That doesn't mean it's not going to move later on in the market. I think it will. It's a top 10 coin. There are ETFs being put together. There's a lot of development activity happening on the XRP ledger now. But once again, there's no guarantee, right? And I know some of you may be annoyed by me saying that, but you have to accept reality. And this is why I've been telling people for years, and many ignored me, diversify. Now, I have a large holding of XRP, and I'm saying that because I've learned to move past the emotions and any type of emotional connection to a coin. I cannot be emotionally connected to it because if you invest with your emotions, you're going to get wrecked. I do think XRP has a strong chance, a high probability, I should say, of getting to that $5 zone. If it goes higher, that will be awesome. You know, if it goes to the 3.618, that puts us near $6.50, right? Or towards $7. We'll see. But as soon as XRP starts hitting $5 or so, I'm taking profits off the table, and I'll be laddering out. So we have to be patient, guys. The liquidity will cycle through the market. Let's look at Cardano, which has been ripping. So Cardano, despite being up, 85% over the past 7 days, is very far off from its old all-time high of just over $3. So you can see a lot of these altcoins have work to do. There's way more upside. And remember, I said Solana's chart is what we want to see for these other altcoins. But this is why the bull market works in phases. This is why, theoretically, we have another 8 to 12 months or 6 to 8 months left in this bull market. It will take some time for the liquidity to start coming in, retail FOMO. And speaking of retail FOMO, you know, just check this out. I'll get back to the charts. We're starting to see some pickup in search volume for Bitcoin and crypto and Google Trends. That's a good sign. Let's do worldwide, actually, because this is a global asset class. And let's go 5 years. So as you can see, in 2021, at the peak of that bull market, you see the searches were incredibly high, right? You can see we are coming out of the bottom here for searches, but we're nowhere near the highs. So another indicator, this bull market is far from over, guys. We got ways to go. And speaking of ways to go, the Cardano chart, the ADA chart, right? Breakout, very, very good sign. I'm happy to see this, but it's got work to do. Now, if you bought, you know, the bear market and you're doing some swing trading and you're going to take some profits once it hits $1 again, then, you know, that's fine. I think majority of folks here are bag holders who want to see new all-time highs, right? And ADA, similar to XRP and other altcoins, has work to do. And could it go to the 2.618 near $7-8? Sure. but it's going to take a while for it to get there. So let's go back to that Sol chart, the Solana chart. You guys can go to tradingview.com and pull this up. This is not a paid, you can look at it for free. Sol back in 2023 started breaking out, but notice it had to go in phases, right? It doesn't run up any straight line. It can do some sideways chop and consolidation for a while, then break out again. So that's what we want to see for XRP. That's what we want to see for Ethereum, Cardano, and so forth. I think they will get there. The question is, how high or will they go? You know, what's the new all-time high going to be, right? And that's the big question. But if you have a plan and you're going to take profits, as long as you're walking away from the bull market with money, I think that's a success, because no one can call the exact top. So please keep all these things in mind. Keep these principles in the mind, please. Someone was saying render. Let's see here. Render is hard to judge because it's a new coin and it doesn't have much history. And I'm not, you know, an expert technical analyst. I just know enough to be dangerous and to make some money. But by no means am I an expert. But it looks like it's breaking out here. I hold this coin, by the way. I hold Render. It's one of my top AI bets. I also hold Fetch, which is now ASI. So I think these AI coins will do well because there's a strong narrative, and because they're new coins. Oftentimes, some new coins with a strong narrative, with good tokenomics, performing well because the market is not flooded with a bunch of tokens, right? So that's why you often see new tokens do well. So I believe Render can do well. You know, how high it goes, that I'm not sure. I'll lean towards a technical and analyst expert who can read off of the current pattern. My knowledge only takes me up to the historical patterns and what we can expect this time around. And I'm being transparent with you guys because I'm still learning a lot of these items. But like I said, I know enough to be dangerous and to know where we're at in the market and how to make money. I've done that. Another coin I hold is like HBAR or Hedera. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Is it on Coinbase? I have to bookmark some of these. Okay. No, I think I had a chart set up with something here. Let's try Binance. Okay, there we go. So HBAR also got some work to do. They were seeing a bit of a movement here, right? But nothing to call home about. I'm hoping that it can do really well this bull market cycle, you know, get beyond that 60 cent mark, go to at least $1 or even higher, $1.40. That would be amazing. But I hope you guys see what's happening here. A lot of these altcoins got work to do, and we're still early in the bull market phase. So you have to be patient. And, but yeah. All right, guys, drop your questions in the chat. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, hit the heart button, hit the like button wherever you're watching or listening. Someone said Chainlink. So guys, I am bullish on Chainlink. Let me actually do this. And I'm hoping Chainlink can crack $100 this cycle, because that would be really nice. So Chainlink, it ran up earlier this year with Bitcoin. That's a good sign. It's breaking out here, but still has work to do, right? Once again, a lot of these altcoins got a lot of work to do to get out of this, to just even touch their old all-time high. And that's important. And now, I know some of you may say, but hey, I didn't buy at the old all-time high. I bought at the bear market bottom. Well, that's great. So you don't necessarily need Chainlink to go to a new high. Even if it just touches the old all-time high, you've made money, right? You've pretty much done the swing trade here from the bottom to the retracement, or to the reversion to the old all-time high, and you walk away with money, right? And that's the key. So keep paying attention to these charts, guys. Go to tradingview.com. It's free. Sign up with your email, whatever, and you can take a look at these things. Obviously, subscribe to this channel so you can catch these live streams and the podcast episodes where I share a lot of this data. So I'm a holder of Chainlink. In full disclosure, I bought, let's see, in 2020, it did really well for me. I made some really nice returns, but I bought the bear market bottom, and now I'm waiting for new highs. I wanted to go to $100 and higher. That would be really awesome, but there are no guarantees. Like I said, my wishful thinking, my emotions of wanting to make money or desire to make money, the market doesn't care about that. That is a cold hard truth, right? Now I'm balanced. I'm looking at the data. I'm looking at what Bitcoin's doing. I'm looking at the liquidity. Is Bitcoin going to keep going, and how much liquidity will flow down to the altcoins? So you got to just keep it balanced, kind of be neutral, right? Even keel, not too bullish, not too bearish. Let's see what's happening here and how things progress. Man, Dogecoin keeps ripping. Incredible gains. Wow. But this will normalize, right? It's not sustainable for it to keep going like that. It'll have to cool off, build support levels, and then keep moving. Then you'll see like XRP rip and other coins. I've been here long enough that I just wait my turn, so to speak. Now, obviously, the caveat to that is, where are we in the cycle, right? And so we got to keep an eye and balance that out. Where are we in the cycle? Are we near the top, and so on and so forth? Jose Cardenas says, do you think Coinbase and Ripple will ever merge? When you say merge, you mean like some sort of acquisition, like Coinbase acquires Ripple? I don't think so. They're very different. One is an exchange, one's a payments company, but hey, you never know, right? Maybe there's some master plan for this to all go higher. Guys, I forgot to mention this, but MicroStrategy bought another 27,000 Bitcoin for approximately over $2 billion. This is insane. But one thing he highlighted, Saylor, he says that they have achieved a Bitcoin yield of 7.3% quarter to date and 26.4% year to date. That's incredible. And that's a key for many institutions on Wall Street, many endowments, many pensions and so forth, who are looking to make a return and grow their investors' portfolio, right? They have a fiduciary responsibility to grow it. So I think Saylor has gone through the period where things could have collapsed and been very risky for him. And now he's on the other side. And I think he's going to be one of the richest men in the world, guys, with the amount of Bitcoin he has and the FOMO that's taking place. Wall Street, BlackRock, Fidelity, and so forth. And I'm interviewing Dennis Porter today of the Satoshi Action Fund. And he's talking about states looking to buy Bitcoin and other nation states and countries. So things are heating up. Now, something that's interesting, apparently Mt. Gox distributed 30,000 coins over the last 10 days and the market didn't even flinch. Also, they are basically out of coins, only 2K remaining. So this is interesting. Now, this is distribution in a sense of giving it to people. It's not the selling necessarily. Some people are obviously selling, but the market is kind of not paying attention to this because I think there are more buyers than sellers right now. So regardless of what's happening with Mt. Gox, I think the FTX folks are going to get some cash and maybe they're going to buy, but the buying is outpacing the selling for sure. Matt Shank says, Tony, where do you see Cardano going as far as the blow-ups of the cycle? Also, Matt, so I touched on it before, but I'll pull it back up real quick. Actually, let me go here. Cardano. Let's see here. So Cardano breaking out, but like I said before, has ways to go. But if it were to kind of do what ETH and some of these other coins have done, it could potentially double to about $6 or higher. You know, if it goes to the, let's say the 3.618, that puts us near about $10. Is that possible? Yes. Is it highly probable? You know, that's hard to tell. It really is, but we'll see. This is where, though, depending on your entry price, if we are over the 1.618, probably a good time to start taking profits, right? Even at the 1.618, the 1.618, you want to start taking profits because there's no guarantee it gets up here. And I'm using, for example, Ethereum as the model and what we've seen coins do historically. So last cycle, ETH went to the 3.618, which was about $5,000. So, but as always, keep in mind tokenomics. The supply has increased. Has the supply increase, and the law of diminishing returns and so forth. So just keep these things in mind. There's no guarantee it gets there, but there is a probability that it does. But once again, you may say, well, are you just guessing? Well, partially, right? I'm not throwing darts in the dark here. I'm using the models and the market cycle to help me get an approximation. I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm using data at least to form a thesis versus guessing, outright guessing. Like, oh yeah, I think it's going to go to 100. ADA is going to go to $100. Well, is that technically possible? Does the data show that? Does the liquidity show that? Does the market cycle timing align with that? You know what I mean, guys? So this is the balance. This is a nuance that you have to pay attention to. I prefer not says, so you took an entry level stake in Flare. What is your why? Thoughts on an underfollowed project with no VC puns and omics? So Flare, to be fully transparent, I participated in the snapshot of the XRPL snapshot. So my Flare tokens are free, if that makes sense. And I'm delegating and I'm earning the reward. So I did not buy any Flare. To answer your question. So it's all upside for me, whatever Flare ends up doing. And if we take a look at the chart here, let's do Bitstamp here. So my hope is that Flare can surge past that price point it touched upon, was it in April? Yeah, March, April. Yeah, I think when the mainnet went live, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, my hope is that maybe it can go to $1. That seems reasonable, but not guaranteed. But even if it just goes to 70 cents, I'm good because I got my tokens for free through an airdrop. So, and I'm delegating and earning more. So that's my strategy around Flare in full honesty. Jesse Seeger says, so do you think we're going to have any pullback on Bitcoin? Absolutely, Jesse. So I opened up the this live stream earlier talking about that. I believe that Bitcoin possibly could top out maybe around 90K, pull back, build support levels, or it tops out pretty soon. Maybe it touches 85 and pulls back. We don't know the exact price that it's going to do that, but based on technicals, based on market psychology, nothing goes up in a straight line. Just look, even the pumps from earlier this year. What happened? Pump. Oh no, it's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going. Nope. Pull back, support levels. Pump. It's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going. Pull back, support levels, and so on and so forth. Nothing goes up in a straight line. So be prepared. I think it's around the corner, whether it's this week or next week or in 2 weeks. That Bitcoin's going to see some sort of pullback, test support levels, maybe around 80K or 79, chop, and then move again. So just be mentally prepared for that. Understand the cycles, right? And remember, there's huge volatility in this market. But the beautiful thing is, it may swing low, but boy, does it swing high. And it swings fast, right? Just like a Bitcoin smashed through just this weekend. Incredible pump. I woke up this morning, 82K, and then it went to 83, then 84, and now it's approaching 85. So this is the great thing about the crypto bull market. You have to love the volatility, even on the downside, because the downside swing, it's like a pendulum. Further back or down it goes. When it swings back into the upside, it's good. It's a volatile move up as well. So We guys are officially in a bull market. Things are moving. It's looking very, very bullish. 85K, just close, very, very close. I'm sure on some exchanges it's showing 85K already. Alan A says, I need wife changing money to cycle around. You guys are funny, man. Oh, man. Guys, hit that thumbs up. Hit the heart button. Hit the 5-star button. Wherever you're watching and listening, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, be sure to check out our sponsors, Uphold, BitGo, VeChain, Gemini. Links will be in the description. Sign up for our free email newsletter as well. 100% free. Includes crypto insights and knowledge, chart analysis, a lot of data. So it's free. You don't have to pay anything, guys. And like I said, a lot of insights that you can help you learn about the market and what's happening and where we're at in the cycle and so forth, right? Also, grab a copy of my book if you haven't already. That will really help me out. Thank you, guys. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Jose Cardenas, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. I appreciate it. Bear Bull says, Sailor definitely puts his money where his mouth is. Yeah, you got to admit the man has conviction. I don't agree with everything he said and done. Because he said, like, sell your house, get a mortgage to buy Bitcoin. Don't do that. Never use leverage or debt to buy assets, guys. It's too dangerous. But he was a multimillionaire already. So for him, yeah, he can do that, right? He's already a multimillionaire. Someone was asking about AVAX. So I hold AVAX in my portfolio, guys. That's Avalanche, of course. Let's see here. AVAX seen a breakout as well on its chart. Let's move this over a bit. And so based off the old all-time highs of the 2021 bull market, could it get to the 2.618, which would put it around $370? Sure. It's a top 15 coin, of course. There's been moments it's been in the top 10. Right now it's at number 12 and it's on the move. So certainly possible. But remember, we're talking probabilities here. So just keep that in mind. There are no guarantees. But guys, this is why I've often, I know I've said it a lot, it's important to diversify. And Bitcoin is the least riskiest asset in the crypto market. It has to be your base layer. It has to be like your gold. That's why I hold Bitcoin, because if the altcoins fail to do anything or any specific altcoin fails to do something, you still made gains with Bitcoin. So this is how you have to approach it. And it's kind of like going down the market cap list, right? And Ethereum, I hold ETH as well. And I took a position in Solana because I saw a lot of VC liquidity was entering there. Same thing, like I took a position with SWI recently. I wasn't an early investor in SWI. I just took it at like $1.60 and it's up already, right? So definitely have to keep these things in mind. Don't get emotionally attached to coins. That's a bad way to go, right? That's like having a sports team or a religion or a political party. Don't do it with your crypto coins. This is investing. This is about making money. Not about politics, not about religion, not about sports teams. We're human beings and we kind of tend to do things like that, but you have to unlearn those things when it comes to investing specifically. So just keep that in mind. But you can see here, guys, there's green across the board. Aptos, Near Protocol doing well, both over 50% over the past 7 days. Things are looking very, very good. Kronos, the crypto.com coin, wow, it is ripping over 123%. By the way, I don't own any of that. So I have FET, the ASI token. It's up over 40%. Render up over 50%. So guys, we're seeing liquidity cycling through the altcoins, and you can see many of them are up, right? That is a very good sign. Very, very good sign. But Bitcoin's going to steal the show for a good amount of time, and a lot of liquidity, like we've seen, will enter Bitcoin. And as I stated before, when in doubt, zoom out. It's repeating again. Parabolic. We're in that parabolic phase, and it could play out over the next 6 to 8 months or possibly sooner. This is why you got to have a plan. ATK official music says, when should I pull some profits? I can't answer that for you because I don't know which assets you hold. I don't know what your entry price was. And I don't know what your financial goals are. Personally, I can only talk about myself. I'm gonna start taking profits on Bitcoin at 100K, and then as it continues to move up, ladder out accordingly. For Ethereum, I plan to start taking profits at. Let me actually pull this. I plan to start taking profits once we've hit like the 7,000s or 8,000s or so. Now, I say that, but I'm actively looking at the market to see where we're at in the timeline to see what the potential upside may be. So if like indicators like the Pi cycle top indicator are flagging like, oh, this thing is about to hit the top again, then I got to start exiting at whatever price ETH is at, as long as I'm in profit, right? So this is where it's the game of paying attention to the market to know where you're at, looking at the charts, looking at different indicators and much more. One of the things I was mentioning earlier is watching what whales are doing, right? Are they buying, or has their buying decreased? They're buying. Is the supply in exchanges still going down, or is it up like it was earlier this year when the whales were looking to dump as Bitcoin was hitting new highs like 73,000? So see, I hope you understand what I'm saying here, right? I hope this makes logical sense here. You have to look at these different indicators to see, get an approximation of where we're at in the timeline. Look at your respective coin chart using like a Fibonacci or whatever it is, or the price targets you have, and then start exiting out. And my personal strategy is to exit out by kind of stair stepping, like you're laddering out, right? So I'm not cashing out everything at a single price point unless it's at the absolute peak, and then it's like, okay, show's going to be over soon. Just liquidate it all, walk away with the profits. Johan Lim says CRO. Yeah, CRO is ripping, man. Wow. Rick says take profits when it opens your mouth like this. Yeah, when your face starts to melt, right, Rick? And you can't pick your jaw off the floor because you made some really nice gains. Let's see here. I prefer not says, any thoughts on or insights you'd like to share regarding exactly why it's taking so long for NYDF to the green light, RLUSD? I have no idea. I prefer not. But I'm not banking on that. And I wouldn't recommend banking on that. I would recommend looking at the market. So obviously it sounds like you hold XRP, right? Because you're talking about the RLUSD coin. I would, like I said, follow the market cycle, and we were waiting for XRP to break out. The charts look like it's ready to break out, and my hope is that it does it this week or so, or next week, and then it has to climb. It has to climb its way up, right? Going back to, once again, the Solana chart or even the Ethereum chart, we are looking. This is what we're looking for XRP. This is what we're looking for Cardano. This is what we're looking for AVAX. I believe many of them will get there. The question is, what's going to be the new all-time high as we head deeper into the bull market? That's usually the big question. I think retracing to the all-time high is relatively easy. Not guaranteed, but relatively easy, if that makes sense. Brandon, I talked about Chainlink already, but I'll pull it up real quick. Let's see. Let's do Chainlink. So Chainlink starting to move, but still has to. It hasn't even touched the short-term high or local high of earlier this year when Bitcoin was running. So you can see a lot of these altcoins got room to go, but I'm a bag holder of Link and I'm hoping it goes to, I'm hoping it at least cracks 100. That's what I want to get, $100, and I'm taking profits for sure. But even, depending on where we're at in the cycle, if it even tops out around $80, I'll be exiting and I'll be in some nice profits. But 100 and or higher would be awesome. If it does what Ethereum or Solana, the type of movement could get near $180, but 2.618, I would say, is a conservative view, which is about 130. That would be awesome. But like I said, guys, we got way more to go in this crypto bull market. You see, some of these altcoins haven't even touched the highs of earlier this year. So you got to be patient. Craig H says, where's your Nirvana shirt? I have it. I got to look for it, actually. It's in my closet somewhere. Let's see. Jonathan Briggs says, hi, Tony. I've been following you for 2 cycles now. Great work. Awesome. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Hopefully I've been helpful and able to share some knowledge and maybe help you to make some money, right? Or point you in the right direction that made you money. So let's see here. Let's see here. Supro03 says, FET looks set to go up. Yeah, I mean, it is now ASI. I don't know if TradingView has it set up or it's still as Fetch. But Fetch is one of my big AI bets. It already made me money. Guys, I was up like near 600% at the beginning of 2024. I took some profits. But I don't know how many of you remember, literally in January 2023, I said, I'm betting on on AI tokens, and I'm putting a position in FET and Render, and the rest is history. So I reinvested some of the profits I took, and I'm hoping FET can, hit, like, let's say $5 or so, but we'll have to wait and see. But I think the narrative is there for AI and the liquidity as well. I'm hoping Bitcoin can hit $85,000 on the stream, guys. By the way, I'm gonna stream for another like 4 to 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna hop off. Got some interviews I got to do for you guys. I'll be interviewing Dennis Porter today of the Satoshi Action Fund, and let me share what he's been tweeting. He's well connected. He's gotten some crypto bills passed in different states, and like he said here, I just got off another international call. Nation states are moving rapidly. It's all happening much faster than expected. The strategic Bitcoin reserve momentum is incredible. History is being made. What a time to be alive. So states, he's talking to states here in the US about this. He's talking to obviously other countries and so forth. So incredible stuff, folks. Big things are happening. A lot of people tweeting about Dogecoin. Dogecoin just been going nuts. Let's see. And like I said, guys, the full retail FOMO is not here yet. If you look at Google Trends, searches for Bitcoin and crypto, while they are increasing, are nowhere near the bull market highs of the previous cycle. So come on, Bitcoin, need $85,000. I think it will do it today, but in due time, guys, we got to be patient. But when in doubt, zoom out and expect, after a strong move like this, there will be a pullback very soon. Not the end to the bull market, just a simple, normal, healthy pullback, build support levels, and then we keep going. So all right, guys, be sure to check out our sponsors: Uphold, BitGo, BeChain, Gemini. Links will all be in the description. Also, sign up for my free email newsletter, 100% free on Substack, link in the description. Also, grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto, on Amazon in paperback and digital. Guys, I have to wrap it up. I wish you all the best of luck in this bull market cycle, that you make incredible returns, life-changing money. And even if you just walk away with a decent return. That is a success. You didn't lose money, you made money. And there are more bull market cycles that are coming along, and you got to be patient. Don't FOMO, don't go too crazy, right? Things will get intense. It will get euphoric. It will seem like this thing won't end, but it will end. There will be a bear market. We've seen it time and time again. I've been here for multiple cycles. I've seen it, guys. 2017, 2020, 2021, now 2024, 2025. Watch come 2026. Watch out for 2026, right? The bear market may even start to, start to happen in 2025. So just be ready, guys, and have your plan. Know what price points you're taking a profit at. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all. And once again, don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and I'll talk to you all later.